Good morning, everybody. This is a sunrise and an ocean. I can't really zoom. I mean, I guess I could zoom out a little bit. It's hard to get the ocean and the sunrise in the frame because of the sunrise direction. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. I'll show you how rough the Gulf is. You have a cousin in Orlando. That is a black water skimmer that you guys just saw. Hopefully, unless it glitched. Black water, or black skimmers, they skim along the water with their beaks and they scoop up their fish. It's really cool. There's seaweed here and there. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. So I'm next to Pensacola Beach. And Destin is an hour east of me. It's too hot there. It's hot here, yeah. But it's early in the morning, so it's not bad. Cool, you'll be here in a month. Awesome. Looks like a good place for a strong hurricane, yeah. Yeah, this is the Gulf side. What's better, Destin or Clearwater? I would say Destin. Clearwater, you have to pay for everything. Like even parking. Destin, I don't think you have to pay for parking, but I could be wrong. Do you mean like sea turtles live here? Oh, there's Fred. I don't know if you guys saw Fred. No, never mind. That's not Fred. That's a pelican. There's a sea turtle nest right here. That's a sea turtle nest. You're going to Clearwater next month? Just be prepared to pay a lot of money. Good morning, Songbird. Yeah, true, Nicholas. I think it's Herbert's property. Nevertheless, it's the Air Force property, so I'm not sure which base it belongs to, but I think it's Herbert, because Herbert is like right off. I could be wrong. It could be Eglins. But yeah, if you see the little orange markers straight ahead, that's where you can't walk past that. Which is great. I hope all the sea turtles are laying their nests over there so they're not being disturbed. I actually used to live in South Dakota during the summer, for like 5 years in South Dakota, and I love their summers there. It's not like overbearingly hot, but they have a different hot. They have dry heat. We have humid heat, and humidity I think is 10 times worse than dry heat. You grew up in Fort Walton, used to walk the area. Awesome. I've never been to Oregon, so I'll have to visit sometime. This beach is in Navarre Beach, so I'm next to Pensacola. Yeah, I've heard the water is cold over in the Pacific. We get a good bit of bugs here too. Biting flies. It's awful. Yeah, it's still double red flag. It's going to be double red flag, I think, for the next couple days. I don't really have any tips for Clearwater other than just know that you're going to have to pay to park, which would be, I mean, at least we did. We had to pay to park. It was hard to find parking, so go early to the beach. I mean, I went to Sarasota, so Bradenton, once upon a time, but I can't really give you advice on that because it's been a long time. Just know that place is extremely crowded, so be patient. Red flag, we just had a tropical storm, Arthur, come up. Was Friday? Or no, was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday or Friday. I can't even remember. Today's Saturday. So it came up Thursday night. In Clearwater, I can't remember. It was a couple years ago when I went there. Here in Navarre, you don't have to pay to park or anything. You just park and go. But we went to Clearwater once on vacation, and just say never again. Doesn't mean you're not gonna have a good time. It was just overly expensive. People were rude. The traffic was horrendous. So I can't recommend that place at all. So I would recommend Destin before I recommended Clearwater. The sun is coming up. Ooh, I do have a recommendation for a restaurant. If you've never been to the Cheesecake Factory, go to a Cheesecake Factory. That place is delicious. Yeah, I can't remember how much we paid. I just remember thinking you have to pay to park, and then it was hard to even find a parking spot to begin with, so we were like searching for like 30-40 minutes. Finally found a spot. I don't know, we don't have that issue here in Navarre. We don't have to pay to park, we just go to the beach. Now parking is limited, you have to get here early to get a spot, but at least you don't have to pay. We're waiting for that sunrise. It should be coming up any minute. You're coming in October, girls trip? That's awesome. I think I talked to you before. I think you said something about a girls trip a little while ago. Oh, another black skimmer. Those birds are so neat. Yeah, there's a lot of people here, but it's summer, it's usual. What do you mean? The water? Is that how the water looks when it's cloudy? Usually it doesn't matter if it's cloudy or not. If the sun is at this angle, you can't see the blue in the water, like at all. It looks like the Atlantic. But around 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, when the sun gets at a perfect angle, then it's like the color just pops. The beach in Fort Walton, and I canceled it because it's going to be cloudy. I personally would not have canceled it because it was going to be cloudy, because the weather here changes so quickly. One minute it could say it's raining, and the next minute it's not raining, or it'll say it's going to be cloudy and it's sunny. Like, you just never know with the Florida weather. It just it can change very quick. You're from Ireland? That's awesome. That's true. Even a cloudy day on the beach is a good day. You still get your salt therapy. Those are pretty pictures they're taking. Aw, is that a jellyfish? That is so cute. Thanks. You sent coral. That's awesome. You need to go to the Sound. So this is the beach. If you look, well, you can't see it, but past the dunes there is the Santa Rosa Sound, and so a lot of people go swimming there when it's a red flag here. Where in Florida is this close to? I'm about 25 minutes east of Pensacola, and I'm an hour west of Destin. I have never been to that beach, Mary. Just be prepared. If you come into the beach today, you won't be swimming. Because I don't think they're going to change it. I don't think they're going to change the flags today. Thank you. You too. It's 5:58 a.m. here. You can. I mean, most of the shells go underneath the sand, so you're going to have to kind of dig for them. The sand is too soft here, so they just kind of get covered. Come on, son. It's red flag here. I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same in Pensacola and Panama City. I'm not sure about the rest of the coast. Any other beaches you recommend? I mean, if you can drive a little bit past Panama City Beach and go to Mexico Beach, I love that beach. It's on the other side of Tyndall Air Force Base. St. Andrews Park, which is in Panama City Beach, is also gorgeous. They also have Fort Pickens out in Pensacola. That's a nice little beach, and you get to go walk a fort, which is cool. Sending waves from Pensacola, Florida. I love that. Why did you decide to leave to go to Michigan? Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. If that bottom shelf cloud was not there, it would be so pretty. Yesterday I did an afternoon live, and I'm telling you, I was appreciative about for the clouds too. People they don't realize how hot it gets, especially when you can't get in the water. I hope you have fun, Mary. Mary, this sounds fun. I can understand about the whole hurricane thing for sure. Yeah, you're gonna have to leave early for sure. It's double red currently, but the lifeguards don't get here until around 9. Good morning, Lisa. You want to see a little bit of the sunrise, Lisa? There you go. I have not experienced a hurricane here. Knock on wood. I need to go find some wood to knock on. So I'm a little nervous about it, but it is kind of what it is, you know. Everybody has to deal with something wherever they live, so. It's actually my favorite time to be at the beach is sunrise. Because nobody's here. You probably could afford to live here if you lived a little bit inland. Anywhere along the beach is expensive. They even upcharge for like, if you go to like Smoothie King, or if you go to like Starbucks. I don't know about Starbucks. Actually, Dunkin', I know for sure. They actually upcharge your food there. The grocery store does the exact same thing. I couldn't believe it. You live in Tennessee. This is our favorite place to go. Awesome. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Hold on, go back. I'm looking at the questions. Yeah, or at least hurricanes, you kind of know it's coming, right? You can plan and leave. Tornadoes just spin up out of nowhere. The restaurants, I've only gone to a couple restaurants in Navarre. I've gone to Dewey Destin's. Ooh, here's the sun. Dewey Destin's is okay for lunch. TC's Front Porch is my favorite for breakfast. And then we go to Flounders in Pensacola for dinner. There's also a seafood place in Holly. It's called Where Y'all At Seafood, and that's pretty good too. Because there's strong rip currents when there's red flags. You're from Germany? Cool. There's your sun. Not the best sunrise ever, but it's still pretty nonetheless. Yeah, I don't see much of anybody. There's a couple that are taking pictures. There's a lady that's sitting down a little bit further from me, and then there's one person walking way by the pier. You're in Denver, Colorado? Awesome. Oh, she's out. Look at that. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. So if you know where Pensacola Beach is, I'm right next to that. Yeah, I'm giving you your salt therapy this morning. Hopefully it relaxes everybody and it's a good start on your Saturday. We only go to Kissimmee for the theme parks. It's way expensive. Ooh, they're gonna get a really good picture. See if I can zoom out. could see them going around in circles doing pictures. That's got to be fun to be a photographer. Because I do that exact same thing with my kids. You're going to have pop-up storms most likely the rest of the week. You're going to retire here? That's awesome. Yeah, we've had a lot, but we also had that like string of storms we had, which also roughed up the Gulf for like a week. But yeah, it's been a lot of double red flags. Then we had Tropical Storm Arthur, which didn't help. I think we had a couple yellow flags before that. I haven't seen a green flag in a while. Good morning, Jen. Here's your sunrise. It's kind of over with now, but the tide is still way out. Good morning, Melody. I don't know if the water will clear up. I think in a couple days, possibly. No, this is Navarre Beach, so I'm 2 hours west of PCB. Good morning, Sue. You're from Kentucky and you have a buddy here in Navarre? Awesome. Well, hopefully he's having a good time. Soaking up a lot of salt therapy and some good vitamins, vitamin D. Was it last year? I think they had some killer whales. They saw them out at the Pensacola Pier. I would have loved to see that. That would have been so awesome. And they were traveling back and forth from Pensacola to Panama City Beach. I bet. It's a double red flag. Oop, there's another black skimmer. See how he opens his beak? They're like almost like a snow shovel. I love it. And what is so cool about those black skimmers that you guys just saw is that their bottom beak is a little bit shorter than their top beak, so that they're able to skim along the water like that to get their food. I find them fascinating. Beautiful, but so dangerous. You never ever want to swim when it looks like this. I think the waves have kind of calmed down though. I think they were a little bit worse yesterday. Yeah, you saw the water, Jen. I think the water is a little bit better. Lisa, I don't know. I have no idea. I know that the moon helps with waves, but you should Google it and then let everybody know. I have no idea. Do I believe in mermaids? No. My daughter does though, and I don't say anything. I just saw a ghost crab go across the sand. This is the turtle people, and they come through looking for turtle nests and turtle tracks, because there's a turtle nest right there, as you guys can see. If you guys see, I think when we had the tropical storm, I think the water went all the way up to that nest, which is really sad. I don't know if that's, I'm hoping that nest is okay. Massive amounts of moving energy collide with shallow water. Awesome. That's why they hand out $500 fines for those that aren't listening. We hear about drowning all the time here. I mean, there's like an article somewhere on social media or on the news station constantly, and it's always during double red flags. I want her job. I think it'd be so cool to go along the beach looking for turtle tracks. I'm about an hour west of Destin. You used to go to this beach? Awesome. Well, I mean, this is very close to Panama City. We're about 2 hours away. Yep, they just want to swim. They're like, well, I spent all this money on, you know, getting a hotel and whatever. It's not worth not going back home, if you know what I mean. You lived in Pensacola? Pensacola Beach is about 25 minutes east of me, or west of me, west of me. I recommend all of them. Navarre, Opal. Opal is in between Navarre and Pensacola. I think I would recommend Navarre and Opal probably a little bit more, just because Pensacola, their parking, it fills up so fast, and people aren't just going to the beach, they're also going to the restaurants. So you really have to get there early to get a parking spot. You live in Orange Beach? Cool. They had full-on fights last year over parking spots. It was crazy. It was pretty wild. You've been coming here for 35 years? I can't imagine how you feel, because it has grown so much in just the 4 years I've lived here. I can't imagine what you've seen in the 35 years. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Have fun, Mary. Oh yeah, when they have the air show. Uh-huh. They're gonna be in Key West. I'm jealous. There's not much to do in Navarre. There's like, you could rent a boat and go out into the Santa Rosa Sound. You can obviously go to the beach. Most of the people go out to like Destin to go shopping. Pensacola has the Navy Museum. There's Fort Pickens. Yeah, Navarre is more of like the laid back, small town vacation vibe. It's not, we don't have all the flashy stuff, which I personally don't want. I like the laid back, small town feel. The go-karts, the bowling, all that stuff, you're going to find it in Destin and Pensacola. So my advice is stay in Navarre, like stay in a hotel or whatever, VRBO, whatever. And then on a day, go travel to Destin and hang out, because we're only an hour from Destin. Or go to Pensacola and drive 25 minutes there, hang out, and then come back to the beach here. That would be my advice. They have the sea turtle conservation here too. You can go see Sweet Pea. That's awesome, Penny. Yep. It is really hot here, Maddie. Right, that's why I like to do sunrise lives right now, because right now it feels amazing, but 10 o'clock it's going to be roasting. I try to give as much information to people visiting here as possible. I mean, if you're going to visit, you might as well get your money's worth. And if I was visiting somewhere, I'd want someone to give me some good advice, because it's not cheap to go on vacation. That's why I go to the same restaurants over and over and over again, because I don't want to spend over $100 to find and be disappointed. In the local area, yeah, the beaches are still red. You're welcome. I have lots of good Salt Life content on my page. No, this is Navarre Beach, Florida. Spencer, you've been counting? Oh, so you're a neighbor. How cool. Do I swim here when it's green flagged? So when you go to the beach, they have flags up. When you walk on, I'll show you really quick. You'll see the turtle nest, the people standing by the turtle nest, and then you'll see the flags up on the dune. Those tell you the water conditions. So if it's a double red flag, the water is completely closed to the public. If it is a red flag, just a single red flag, it's high caution, which means usually you can go maybe ankle deep. Yellow flag is use caution, you usually can go about knee deep or so. Then green flag is have fun. Purple flag is dangerous marine life. If you look at my TikTok, there's a post that I posted about flag conditions, and it has like the full explanations. You have a friend that lives in Milton? Cool. True that. They're used to big waves out there in the west. It's a double red flag right now. No, I'm 2 hours west of PCB. I'm in Navarre Beach. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. Yeah, I normally don't care about going in the water either. I go about ankle deep and then I'm good. The only time I'm in the water is when my kids are in the water, and that's just for safety. Good morning, beach bum. That's what I'm doing right now. My bum is in the beach. Thank you for the heart knee. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. You beaching? I'm always beaching my bum. Yep. It's the first thing I do when I get out to the beach, man. My toes are in the sand and I'm in my chair. I cannot tell you what's going to be the water conditions for the next week. Basically, it's day by day, and right now it's double red. The lifeguards have not come yet, so they usually will change it around 10 a.m. Central if they're going to change it. I've never been to Deerfield Beach before, no. But it sounds familiar, and I don't know why. Is that in Mississippi? Fort Lauderdale, okay. I think the water is like 81 degrees. It's like a bathtub. I think that Navarre Beach is great for kids, but if you want to be really, really super careful, and I say more careful than taking them to the beach, you can go to the sound side where there's less waves. You still need to be careful, but most people, when it's like a double red flag, they go over to the sound and let their kids play in the water there. Good morning, Lauren. Now, I want to tell you, just because you're in the sound does not mean there's not currents. There are currents that run through the sound. A lot of people go out to Crab Island, not realizing, which is out in Destin, not realizing that there's actual undertow and currents that go around Crab Island. You have to be still very super careful. Look at all this trash they're picking up. Look at that, all that trash in that bag. People have got to do better and stop throwing their trash everywhere. I don't even like my kids swimming in the ocean, but you know. are in Navarre Beach, Florida. They're about to fall in the water. When is the water supposed to get quote unquote normal? I mean, I'm assuming it's going to get a little bit better in a couple of days. We did just have a tropical storm. You're right up the coast at Bethany Beach. Cool. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. Thank you for the gift and the follows. You just left Bradenton Beach. I think that's the beach that I went to that had all the shells on the sand. But I vaguely remember it because my grandma used to live in Sarasota, and I just can't remember if it's that beach that has all the shells on the sand or if it was a different beach I went to. You're heading here right now from Lake Charles. Awesome. For the people that are coming to Navarre Beach or anywhere along the Gulf where there's nesting sea turtles, please, if you're gonna go out at the beach at night, please buy some red light. Instead of using the the white flashlights, use red light. I have a link somewhere on, I think it's my pinned post, of where you can order it on Amazon, and then there's also places in Pensacola that give out for free. But we're having a lot of people walking on the beach with white light, and it's disturbing our nesting sea turtles. So please use red light. You were in Sarasota. Sarasota's pretty too. Like I said, I vaguely remember. TC's front porch, amazing for breakfast. I'm talking, it tastes home cooked. It's so good. And like home cooked biscuits, amazing. For dinner, Pensacola at Flounders. Ask to sit outside. Your kids can go play out on the playground and you can eat. It's amazing. Their pina coladas are delicious too. For lunch, Dewey Destin's here in Navarre is pretty good. There's also Andy D's that's kind of good for breakfast. But TC's is my favorite. Flounders is my favorite. There's also where y'all at seafood. It's up in Holly on 87, which is not. It's like 5 minutes from Navarre. If you like Cajun type food, seafood, that's a good place. Can I swim for you? No, because you want to know why? I'm not getting a $500 fine. And does that water look inviting? Nah. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. So I'm next to Pensacola. I am not doubting that God made the ocean. He also gave us some common sense. I'm using my common sense and staying out of the water. I only go in the ocean when it's a green flag, and then most of the time it's with my kids, when my kids are in the water. I normally stay on the sand. We got tons of rain. You're in Pensacola right now? Awesome. You're welcome, no problem. And thank you for the follow. Nope, this is Navarre Beach. Am I worried about sharks? I'm not overly worried about sharks. I mean, obviously it's a concern. We're at the ocean, but I've never liked getting in the ocean because I don't like how sticky I feel when I get out of it. Like if you swim in the ocean, you know how you feel when you get out. It's sticky, you feel gross. Oh my gosh, you're in the desert. I have not seen any sand dollars. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. I don't even go in the springs either, or any type of fresh water, because you gotta be careful with amoebas. If you've never heard of that, look it up. Oh yeah, I'll get in the water every once in a while. I normally go maybe ankle deep though. I mean, honestly, sitting on the beach, I feel gross. It's very sticky and like, yeah. But I love the beach. So you just kind of get over it. Look at all these pelicans. No, it's in all water. You can actually get amoebas from digging in the dirt. If you look up a little boy, his name is Leland Shoemaker. He was digging in the mud. I think was it water or something, and he got an amoeba. You can get them. You can also get amoebas from lakes. Yeah, you could. I mean, 100%. If you take your chances. I personally, I won't. I stopped swimming completely in lakes after the Leland Shoemaker story, and then I think it was Lake Tahoe, people were getting sick. I was like, okay, not worth it. Now, you can technically get sick from digging in the mud too. I just use gloves, but I'm an avid gardener and I will never stop gardening, so, you know, you just take your chances. It is what it is. It got really cloudy all of a sudden. There are alligators that swim in the water, yeah. I live in the surrounding area of Navarre. So I live in the local area. That's why I'm able to do all the salt life content. No, I don't have anything that's waterproof. That's why if it starts raining, I gotta get out of here, because I also have a charger for my my phone, so I can't get that wet either. Where do you want me to turn the camera? I could go this way. Oh, you want to go towards the pier? We've gotten a lot of rain too, but it does not feel like fall here at all. Yeah, I'm down by the sea turtle nest. I actually walked yesterday. I did a live. I walked down to the pier and I checked on the other sea turtle nest too. You live in Milton? Awesome. I do a lot of Milton content too with the Blackwater River. You just left here a week ago? You live on the Blackwater? Are you paying attention to the flood warnings? Because I read that the Yellow River is supposed to flood too. 70 degrees in North Texas, nice. They closed the Milton Boardwalk and all that area. Do I cycle with the Pensacola group? No. Well, that's cool. Be safe with the whole flooding thing. I cannot tell you where to stay, Crystal. I have never had to stay, like, other than staying on base when I first moved here, I have not stayed in any vacation homes or anything like that. I have never heard of that island, no. God is great. Look at all the stuff that he created. The resort condo in Navarre. Okay. Do you live next to the toll road that goes from Gulf Breeze and then it goes in over across the bay? Do you live in that area? Oh, you live by the airport. Okay. It is 6:47 a.m. here. Okay, I know where you're at then. Is the seaweed... Nobody ever cleans up the seaweed unless it's super bad. I think the water just actually took it out when we had the storm. You're in Sweden? Yep, double red flag. Hello, Timothy. What does OC stand for? Salt life is where you belong, yes. Does your son still live in Pensacola, or did they leave? The sun is gone. The clouds ate the sun. I actually think it's raining over there. Or it's, you know, salt spray. I don't know. Yep, it's gone. I've walked along the sound. I have never walked anywhere on the dunes. Oh, Ocean City is the... I don't know. I'll be honest. I've only gone to Navarre Beach. I've gone to Opal. I've gone to Pensacola. And I've gone to PCB and Mexico Beach. Those are the only beaches I've actually gone on and actually, like, spent time on. That was a pretty long walk to walk that far. Ooh, look at those pelicans. My most favorite bird. Well, if you move inland, Chad, it's not so expensive. I don't look at anything that is more than 7 days out. I don't look at anything more than 24 hours out, to be honest with you, because it'll say one thing and then it'll completely switch. And since I am like always looking at the weather app because I have to know if I can come out here to do any lives or content, I've seen things where it says it's not going to rain, and then I come out an hour later it's raining. So yeah. What type of work do I do? I can't even say this is work. This isn't even work. This is just sharing salt therapy. So I don't consider this work. But I take care of my kiddos. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I used to teach in an elementary school before I had my oldest son. I was not a teacher, I was a paraprofessional, so let's be, you know, straight on that. But then I decided I wanted to stay home and raise our kids, and now we have 5 kids. My youngest is 4, so she's going to pre-K this next school year. And so I decided, well, I'll do some salt life content because I enjoy it. You guys would like it. Look at how cool those pelicans are. Well, I'm glad you found me. You have 2 girls, both in college. I have 4 boys and a little girl. So I figured there is so much hate and discontent in this world that if I can bring something peaceful to somebody, that's what I want to do. So this is what I've decided to do. Why not? Like, I live right next to it, so I'm happy to help in any way possible. Yes, I love being home with my kids. That way I'm raising them. Also, I don't think people realize how expensive childcare is. It is extremely expensive, like thousands of dollars. You can smell the salt air from your bed. Am I close to the pier? I'm a little bit further away from the pier. Yes, it's double red flag. Did I think I was ever going to have a girl? No, because I had 4 boys first. Although I have to tell you, my little girl is so wild. I always thought, and I've been told, girls were the easiest. She is like, she's worse than my boys. Yeah. That's why when people were like, oh, you stay at home, you do nothing, I'm like, I'm saving my family a lot of money. And I think that if you want to stay home and be with your children, that is the best for your kids. I'm overprotective over my children anyway, because I don't want people... I worked in a daycare. I know the type of stuff that can go on in that. And I just wasn't willing to put my kids through that. They don't tell you these things. They're like, oh, your girl's going to be so sweet. I'm like, oh, that's going to be great. And then, yeah. But I love her personality, and I hope that she continues being strong-willed, because that will help her in a lot of situations in life. Sassiness too, man. She is the most sass for a 4-year-old. And she's a girly girl. Like, I am not much of a girly girl. I grew up actually being like more of a tomboy, because I had all brothers. And so I'm not the best at doing hair. I barely do makeup. And she loves nail polish, loves her hair, loves makeup, she's in dance. I was never in dance growing up. And I'm like, wow, she is just like completely the opposite of me, and I'm loving every second of it. Is there any seaweed? There's some on the beach. Not much. Also do realize it's summer here, and we do get influx of seaweed all the time. Yeah, it's still double red flag. I'm thinking maybe in the next couple days, but I am not an expert on the changing of the flag. All I know is that they come in, the lifeguards come in around 9 o'clock, 9:30. And usually if they're going to change the flag, they change it by 10 o'clock. And that's Central Time, so I'm not sure. Yeah, people surf in Florida. I actually have some video on my TikTok of people surfing. In fact, technically, they can get in the water right now if they want to, because they have a flotation device, is what they call them. So they're allowed to get in the water when it's double red flagged. Did you enjoy your time, Nancy? Navarre Beach is about 25 minutes east of Pensacola and an hour west of Destin. So we're right next to Fort Walton, and then the neighboring beach to the west is Opal. This is your hometown. I'm glad you had a good time. Did you get to go up on the pier and see the sea turtles? That's awesome. I'm glad you got to see the sea turtles. Oh, okay. I know where that's at. Awesome. You are here. Just close your eyes. Yeah, so if you walk the pier, it's $1. Yeah, and then you have to pay it if you're gonna fish. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. I mean, it's cloudy. The sun is like somewhere around right over there somewhere. But just because it's cloudy now doesn't mean it's going to be cloudy later. Still beautiful, yeah. There are seashells, you just have to kind of dig for them. The sand is so soft, it kind of just like goes underneath it. Good morning, Clark. You're from Turkey? Well, that's super cool. It is 7:03 a.m. Central Florida time. It's a little humid, not too bad. There's a nice little breeze coming through. Thank you, Martha. Thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is America. Thank you, Clark, for telling me that. How's the water clarity? I mean, it's very cloudy. Thank you, Clark. Switzerland, awesome. I love getting people from other countries. Hello. Oh, look at, you guys gotta look at the sun rays. You guys see that? That is so pretty. Bye, Clark. Have a good day. Good morning. I am in Navarre Beach, Florida. What is everybody doing for Father's Day tomorrow? Isn't Father's... I believe Father's Day is tomorrow. Yeah, this beach is beautiful. Ugh, James. Go away. You know you're not paying anybody money. SPI? What's that? What does that mean? No, this is Navarre Beach, Florida. I believe on the map it's listed as Santa Rosa Island. Could be wrong, but this is next to Pensacola Beach, and then next to Fort Walton Beach, technically. So many people, Lisa, come in here and say this is AI. Maybe because of the sand? I don't know. I love when the sun does that. Yeah, this is Florida. I actually think the clouds are starting to clear out. This is Navarre Beach. So, Panhandle. Can you guys see the ghost crab? It was raining a little bit in Navarre for just like a little bit. You're from Greece? How cool. No, Daytona is on the opposite side of Florida. This is on the Gulf side. No, I have not seen any dolphins playing. Yeah, it goes Destin, Fort Walton, Navarre, Opal, Pensacola. Yeah, the sunrise is the best. It's also not overly hot. There's another little goat. Oh, there's a little crab right there. Oh, he went into his hole. You saw the hammerheads off the pier, seen them playing last night. That's cool. I saw a baby hammerhead off the pier about, I don't know, it would be like a week and a half now or so. Not a lot of people know where Navarre Beach is, honestly. You should definitely move to Florida. My advice is do it. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Those little ghost crabs, man. If you pay attention to the sand, you'll see them crawling around. Oh, hi, neighbor. You're from Tampa, Florida, Philip? Thank you for the gift. Yeah, this is what I do. I give you guys some salt therapy. Oh, okay. Did you, when you went to Pensacola, did you go to Flounders? I don't see anyone fishing, no. There's probably people fishing on the pier, but there's nobody on the sand right now fishing. Did you like it, Troy? I love Flounders. It's my favorite restaurant. I always recommend it to everybody in the chat when they're asking for advice. No jellyfish washed up today, and bagel heads in Pensacola is amazing. Never been there. Your favorite breakfast was native? I've heard that's really good. It's a double red flag right now. He's eating those little, like they're like the little clams that are in the sand, so when the water goes away, they kind of pop out of the sand and they dig themselves in the sand super quick. That's what that little bird is eating. Or maybe they're mussels. I'm not sure what they are, but they're really super pretty. You cannot go wrong by coming to the beach. No, it's not normal. We just had a tropical storm, Arthur, come up, which kind of roughed up the water. You're going to be here in the next hour? Cool. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. All right, have a good day, Troy. I think the beach is always worth a visit. You're staying the week of the 4th? Awesome. I haven't heard any issues with when the tropical storm came. I mean, we almost lost our flagpole. That's about it. Navarre Beach, Florida. Good morning, island girl. Yes, this is the ocean. No, I'm an hour west of Destin. Good morning, Jennifer. Thank you for the gift. I'm about 25 minutes east of Pensacola. So if you take the National Seashore, you can go from Pensacola, you'll go through Opal, and then you'll hit Navarre Beach, and that's where I'm at. It's still early in the morning. The lifeguards are not here yet, so they have not changed the flags. But currently, it's a double red flag. Well, there's the sun. We're supposed to have like pop-up storms. Yeah, I don't think the flags will change today either. I think people would be lucky if they even downgraded it to like a single red flag tomorrow. But I am not an expert on the changing of the flags or, you know, any of that stuff. Yeah, this is about an hour west of Destin. You've lived here for 54 years? Wow. I've lived here for 4. Yep, I agree. I cut my finger last week, actually right before I came out to do a live, and I didn't get it in the water, and I told people the reason why I wasn't getting in the water, and they're like, what? There's no bacteria in there. There's no flesh-eating bacteria. I'm like, yeah, there is. Pretty rough here in Destin, yep. So she lives probably around East Milton, if they live 20 minutes up 87. Hey Tides, how you doing? Gary, there's always going to be pop-up storms during the summer here, especially just in the south in general. But we do get afternoon pop-up storms. Usually they happen around 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they just disappear. Like, what do you mean join, Tides? Like, do the invite thing? You should, I don't know, Gary. I mean, I'm not going to say you can get in the water during that time. It's a day-by-day basis. But I do hope that it's at least bare minimum yellow flag for you so you guys can go swimming. Oh, look at the birds. Are you walking along the water, Tides? All right, let's ask the chat. Tides does lives from New Jersey on the water. Do you guys want to invite Tides, and so you guys can see a split screen from the Gulf and the Atlantic? Yes or no? I'm not sure if the water will get clear soon. Salute from Romania. Awesome. Tides, do like an invite, do an invite request. I don't know how you do that. Hello, neighbor. I did it invite. Oh, unable to connect. Oh, wait a minute. Are you showing the water tides? Because on my thing, all I see is it's blinking. I think you have to turn your, nope, she's gone. I don't know how to do the invite stuff. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. It didn't let you turn the water to the camera? Yes, it's still double red flag. That's weird. All I saw was like a blinky thing at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, because of the rip currents. I don't know how these invite things work. I am no expert. No, I don't want you to show your face. I was like thinking we could have double salt life, you know, salt therapy. No, it's fine. We tried, right? That's all that matters. We tried. All right, I'm going to let you know because people are out in bathing suits. If there is someone with a bathing suit that's going to walk by, I have to show you guys the sand so that I don't get any violations. The grass is not bad at all. TikTok knows the battery status and won't allow camera view if low. Really? Yeah, it's still double red flag. So yeah, so Tide and I are friends. Tides does lives from the New Jersey coast. I obviously do mine from the Gulf Coast. So we wanted to get together and like do a double salt therapy thing for everybody, but it's not working, so. We got someone with a bathing suit. Hold on. You want to go to the beach? Go to the beach. It's over an hour away. So the longest I've been on a live is about 15%. But then I, you know, obviously end it, so. Currently, no, it's a double red flag. I am an hour west of Destin. You guys have to look at the sand, sorry. Where else could we go into the water? You can go into the Santa Rosa Sound, which is behind the beach. Most people just go to the Sound when it's double red. Hold on, more bathing suits. Thank you for the, what was that, corn? I've never gotten that gift before. Yes, still double red flag. Multi co-host. What's that, Tides? I'm pretty sure it's double red flags all the way up and down the coast, yeah. Now, I don't know how far that it extends. That's what I believe that is the option I clicked. When it invites you, there's not a little, like a little button at the top of your screen that you can flip the camera? Alright, so now it's 7:37 and the first lifeguard is now on the beach. There were different buttons, but not a flip camera one. Well, that's no fun. I'm going to look it up on Google or something and see if it's an option. Because you know we're not that TikTok savvy. AI said to double click your screen. Do you want me to try it again and see if you can double click it? It's double red. Okay. You can go to the beach, you just can't go in the water. There you guys go. It worked. So one part you should see the Atlantic Ocean. That's what Tides is showing. And then my side is the Gulf, which is in Navarre Beach, Florida. So now you're getting double salt therapy this morning on 2 different coasts. Morning, neighbor. They're in New Jersey. You'll have to type out where you're at. I don't remember exactly. Atlantic Highlands, okay. Tides does not talk. So I will talk if I need to talk. They like typing. She likes typing. I can split the screen. How do you split the screen? I mean, I see you in the little corner of my screen. Where can you go to get in the water? San Rosa Sound, you can get in the water there. Because it's double red, because of the rip currents. Is the screen split for everybody that's looking, that's watching? Or am I supposed to do something for everybody to be able to see a split screen? How do you split the screen? Yeah, I thought so. How do you split it? Do I push expand? You guys, I know nothing about TikTok. Somebody help me out. It's split for you? Good morning, Becca. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. See, now you can, now I can't see myself. Oh my God. What am I doing? I don't know what I just did. You guys, help me. Where did my feed go? Shrink. There, I'm back. Yo, I don't know what I'm doing. You can see my feed now, and then they're in the, and then Tides is in the corner. Well, I mean, I guess you guys can look in the corner at Tide's feed and then look at mine. I don't know. That's hilarious. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. Tides is in New Jersey. Atlantic Highlands, I believe it's called. Why can I never remember the name? You're from Cocoa, Florida? September, it's nice. I mid 80s, little to no seaweed. Yeah, so I added tides. Like I did a request, and then they're popped up, but I can't figure out how to split the screen. Because when I tried, it just says switch spot, countdown, camera, microphone, expand. So I don't know. Then when I expand it, then I disappear. So you should be able to change the grid. Yeah, I don't know how to change it. I don't know if it's because they're not technically showing their face. And I'm afraid to click anything because once I click on stuff, I don't know how to get out of it. Multi-guest control, tap light, layout, and grid. Is it down in my, all I see is like a pink and blue person, a cube. I don't know what that is. The share button. Wallpaper or something like that. That can't be right. Click the people? So once I click the people and then I click tides, it doesn't pop up, it doesn't say grid, it doesn't say anything like that. It just says gift, microphone, camera, expand, switch spot, countdown. It is double red flag. Yeah, when I did the expand, it kicked me out of the feed and it showed Tide stuff. So I'm at a loss. Thank you for trying to help though. I don't know. All right, people with bathing suits. So you guys are going to have to see the sand. When I click the two people, it gives the split screen option, but it's not clickable. Is that what the expand both means? Hello, wild dog. Sorry for ignoring you. Yeah, I can't click that either. Expand one spot first. It says expand one spot first. And I don't even know how to expand. I don't know how to expand anything, so I'm clueless. Next time I'll let Tides invite me, and then maybe she can figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my settings and stuff. Maybe it's something that I have set that I don't know that I have set. I hope so. We're trying. I'm not TikTok savvy. I know how to go live, that's about it. I still think it's cool though. You can see the Atlantic side and you can see the Gulf side. Your waves don't look as bad, Tides. It's like the Atlantic and the Gulf switched. And we have no wind at all, like barely anything. Maybe like maybe a 2 mile an hour breeze every once in a while. So I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. Tides is in Atlantic Heights, New Jersey. Or Highlands, Atlantic Highlands. I hope I said that correct. You're from Jacksonville? Awesome. Good morning. Sorry, bathing suit. You're mama of one of the peer kids from the other day? Oh my goodness. I think we are going to have double red. The lifeguards are here, but I haven't seen them change anything. Leslie, did I already speak to you on Facebook? I have half of Florida on my live. I like the fact that they can see the Atlantic and the Gulf all at the same time. Okay, cool. So you are the mom that I am absolutely proud of, and I wish I could shake your hand. You're me, basically, because I treat my kids the exact same. Hey, Ken. There's something else going on, too, that I just read this morning. I'm not exactly sure I should even be talking about it on live, to be honest, but something else happened that I just read a post. It's in the same group. So I don't know what in the world is going on over at the pier. So something has to give. Somebody's going to get hurt. And I'm not trying to be a Karen. As I said, even though I got a lot of hate inside of my post, I want people to fish. I just want them to do it safely and respectfully. And obviously, walkers need to respect the fishermen too. I get it. I want young kids to be out fishing. But people think I'm anti-fishing. I'm not anti-fishing. You got called a Karen yesterday? But your thing says Karen 2.0. Yeah, pro safety, exactly. Yes, message me on Facebook because I don't want to say too much here on live. I get drawing a line on the sand, but how do you do it in water to see Gulf and Atlantic? Sometimes when people are assertive, they're called Karens, and that's fine. I am a little bit more, I will tell you, I'm a little bit of a bulldog when it comes to safety. And especially safety of my children, safety of just people surrounding. But I've always been that way. We thought, so Tides and I were talking, and I was like, you know what would be really cool? Since you do lives on the Atlantic and I do lives on the Gulf, it'd be so cool to show everybody, like show the water at the same time. So we're finally getting to do it. I'm sorry that she's in a little small box. I wish I could figure out how to split the screen, but there's like no option. Good morning, Gerald. Isn't this cool? You can see the Atlantic also. So now you're getting double dose of salt therapy this morning. Do a battle and you split the screen? Yeah, but don't battles only last for so long? Do you see on the left-hand corner on the screen? I see two little people. There's a book thing. Oh, a book thing. It's called, I don't know, I see like a box battle. Is that what you're talking about? Okay, click that and yes. Did I do it? Well, I don't want to invite anybody else. What in the world? Well, I mean, there's an empty spot at the corner, but I didn't see an option for just 2 spaces. I can close the other box. Or you could close, I don't know. I can't, no. Yeah, there's like no X. But is it better at least? Okay, awesome. Nope, still no grid. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. That's the only option I have. Ah! Now the screen is smaller, so I have to be careful with people in bathing suits. Yeah, I saw it. I will definitely get back to you as soon as I end the live. And don't worry about your son. No, I'm not pressing charges. I can't, there's nothing for me to press charges over. So that's a quick answer. You don't have to worry as a mama. I'm not doing anything. Okay, so any new people, one side you're seeing the Gulf, you're seeing Navarre Beach, Florida. The other side you're seeing New Jersey, Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. All right, more bathing suits. You can try doing that. I think I'd have to try muting mine. I don't know. I don't know how they would be able to hear both my waves and yours, but you can try it. Because I get restricted on TikTok. TikTok restricts me for, I don't even want to say it, because then I don't want TikTok to say I'm saying something bad. I got in trouble yesterday because I came out to do a sunset live, and I panned around on the beach, and I immediately got restricted because they said I was showing something I wasn't. I'm trying to speak in between the lines. I don't even think I showed bathing suits yesterday, which is why I didn't quite understand. I can't hear you over the waves, but maybe they can. Yes, Lisa. But it's not. I changed my settings to restrict, so it's only 18 and older. That's what the Google told me to do. But right now it is double red. Yeah, I don't do anything with my kids on live. But yeah, I try not to the best of my ability to show anybody's kids or anything. A lot of the times they just kind of get into my, you know, me filming, but I don't like purposely try to aim at people's children, especially in bathing suits. A lot of the times they're walking in front of me or they're in the water or something like that. Our water looks almost the exact same dark and everything. It's the battle of the Gulf and the Atlantic, guys. Which you guys like better? Do you guys like the Atlantic Ocean or the Gulf better? Just curious. So you, Lisa, you got a tie. You can't decide which one. Absolutely tides, all salt water. It was fun, very fun. I personally like the Emerald Coast the best just because of the sand and the blue water, the clear water, I should say. But I will take any ocean. If I'm on the Atlantic side, I want to be in Ormond Beach. Yeah, if you ever try to move close to the beach, try to move inland a little bit. It's a lot cheaper. And what people don't realize is that all the stores, the grocery stores, the fast food places, they upcharge all of their food because you're on the beach. Ask me how I know. Ormond Beach is beautiful. Plus, you want to be a little bit inland anyway because of hurricanes. I mean, it's not going to be completely protect you, but at least you won't have like the water surge and stuff. There was this person who went to Dunkin' Donuts, and they're like, "Why does it cost like $3 more here?" And they're like, "Because you're on the beach and we're allowed to charge it." And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start paying attention. So I went to Pace, and I bought donuts up there. Same thing, like a dozen of donuts. And I think I paid I think it was like $15 or $16. And in Navarre, I paid, I think it was like 20 or 19 or something like that. And I was like, by golly, they do actually upcharge. Yeah, and the sand here is very soft, so you kind of sink in it when you walk. Hello, Mike. which beach has the clearest waters. I think it depends on just how rough the surf is. But anywhere along the Emerald Coast, you'll find clear water. You brought them there from Missouri? Here, I should say. That's awesome. Bye, Tides. Thank you for joining. Oop, don't want to show anybody in a bathing suit. I think you just exit out, Tides. Now, how do I go back to normal? How do I exit that little box? Because obviously I'm not inviting anybody else. I just want it to go away at this point. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. Turn requests off. How do you turn requests off? Where do you go? Is it like at the bottom of the right? I see a playbook, super fan box. I don't even know what that is. No. This is how you guys tell that I am not TikTok savvy. I'm trying to figure out, Tides, how you get the little box out of my little corner. No, because you're not in the chat anymore. The request box is always going to be there now. Click the box and select remove or decline. Full screen. Whoa, I think I just fixed it. Okay, I fixed it. Thank you for telling me. I'm slowly learning, you guys. I think I've been going live for a month now, so I'm, you know, I'm a baby. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. Yay, Tides, we successfully did our first live together. I do have to leave in like 30 minutes though, because I have not a doctor appointment, but I have an appointment. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Yes, I know what you meant, Tides. You know, I don't know. We got a, was it last year or the year before? Last year? We got a good bit of, we personally did not get a lot of hurricanes, but sometimes the Gulf just seems a lot bit busier than other places. So I don't know. I think it's just kind of like wherever the wind direction takes it. Yes, it's still double red flag. You're going to St. Augustine in a week? Awesome. That's a pretty place. Thanks for the rose. Sometimes when we get like, I think it's cold fronts or warm fronts, one of the fronts, it'll push the hurricane away. And sometimes that's protected us. When I lived on the, in South Carolina, we had some fronts that actually buffered the hurricane from pushing it away. So it just depends. I think, wasn't it last year that we didn't get anything? I'm pretty sure. I think we had a couple of tropical storms or something, but it was the Big Bend area in Florida that got hit pretty bad a couple times. Or maybe it was the summer before that. So, okay, so yeah, so it was a year before that it was the Big Bend of Florida, and then Louisiana got hit a couple times, and I think Texas, but we thankfully didn't get much of anything. Okay, bathing suit incoming. was it Milton that went all the way up the Big Bend and then up through Tennessee? Can't remember, but it was bad. I just remember it being so bad for those people up in the mountains. Yeah, sometimes the hurricanes can travel pretty far up, and I mean, yeah, it kind of loses its punch, but still, it can be pretty bad for the people in the inland, especially the ones that are on the east side of the storm. They get hurt, get the tornadoes and stuff. That's awful, Bentley. You're welcome. I love sharing the salt therapy with you guys. There is all the lifeguards. And there's people working out over there. So 8:28 is when most of them all arrived. And that's usually about the norm. Good morning. Are there sharks? Yes. Thank you for the follows. It's pretty expensive to rent or own on the beach, but I'm not sure. I can't tell you the prices. It's double red flag. Are you serious, Heather? That is interesting. That's true. That's interesting. It's like being at the edge of the world, yeah. Right, Tides? Oh my goodness. You don't think about it. When you get into a pool, you try to think happy thoughts. Oh, absolutely. You need to put it on your bucket list to come out to the ocean, because what you're seeing on the phone, it's got nothing compared to actually being here in person. Yeah, if you go, you'll never leave. Yep. I did leave. I lived in Panama City for 6 years, married a guy in the military. He took me all around the country, and then his last duty station was here, and that's how I ended up back. But let me tell you, I miss the beach. I miss the Emerald Coast so much. And I'm glad I don't ever have to leave now. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. You're not too far from me. You're in Detroit? Half of my dad's family is from Michigan. Are you a football fan by any chance? Because I always wonder if like people from Michigan, if they're a University of Michigan fan or if they're a state fan. Yeah, still double red flags. My big brother graduated from the University of Michigan. My dad was a huge Michigan fan. And then I've got an uncle that graduated from state. So it's all mixed. I went to one Michigan game. Or was it 2 Michigan games? It was pretty cool. But my mom was a University of Illinois fan. She graduated from Illinois, and I was born in Illinois and raised in Illinois, so I will always be an Illinois fan. Yeah, the waves come in all different directions. So if you're looking at the water, most people are going to look for like the most calm spot. That is actually a rip current. You do not want to go to the most calm spot and swim. You want to go where there's waves. Because if there is a, I'm trying to dodge bathing suits. If there is a calm spot, then that is where the water is actually being pulled out into the ocean. And you do not want to be there. You're in Illinois right now. Yeah, I mean your natural instinct is to go, oh, there's a calm spot, let's go swim there. But no, don't do that, because that is where you're getting sucked out at. If you go and you Google out rip current diagram, it'll show you exactly what they look like. You can see them if you're like on a condo up high. You can see where the rip currents are. Just some word of advice for those that have never been to the beach before. Did you guys just see the little ghost crab? Probably not. The jellyfish are usually a problem around end of July, August. I actually have not seen one jellyfish. It's still double red flag right now. I think they're going to keep double red flag. That's my guess, my educated guess. I don't know. In Okaloosa, it is single red. Well, there's a chance. So double red flags mean that there are extreme rip currents and to stay out of the water. In fact, you can get a fine of $500 if you get in the water. If you go to my page and you look down, you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a video that I did on beach flags and what they mean. So then you'll know. No, Bailey, I didn't. Where was that at? Oh my gosh, Bailey, that is so sad. Yes, this is Florida. That is awful. There was a guy, not yesterday, it was the day before. No, it was the day before that. So I think it was, so Thursday was when we had the tropical storm. So it must have been Wednesday. There was a guy who came in and he got in the water. And mind you, the water's closed, double red flag. He gets in, he literally starts swimming around. The lifeguard gets off of his little like chair thing that they sit in. runs down the beach like Baywatch. The guy sees him coming. He walks out and he says, dude, you can't be in the water. It's closed. We've got really bad rip currents coming. And he's like, oh, no, sorry, man. I was just taking a dip. I was like, dude, like, totally oblivious. I don't think he was oblivious. I just don't think he cared. He was like a 50-year-old man, and I think he was just like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm glad the kids survived, but really sad about the man. I'm happy you found my page too. There's always incidents throughout the summer though. Like the first time I see it, I'm like, here it goes. Here is, you know, it begins. And a lot of it is just people not listening to the flags. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. You mean the ocean here? They do have an area where you can swim, and then there's an area where you can fish. It's double red flag right now. Can you rent a chair? I'm not sure. I think if you're staying at one of the condos, you get the chair for free. Where am I from? Like originally, or where do I live? Good morning. How you doing? I live in the Navarre area, local area of Navarre. Hello. Good morning. You too, Heather. I'm going to be heading out in about 20 minutes. You invite me to spend some days in Egypt? Yes, it's currently double red. Hello, good morning. Is a double red flag predictable? I mean, maybe to the people that are changing the flags. I just roll with it. I mean, I know that if we get storms, we're usually going to have red flags. Especially if you get a tropical storm, that's kind of a given. Can you walk in the water during double red flag? I've seen the lifeguards letting people walk ankle deep. Morning, Mike. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. You've been to Florida for the last 3 summers and it's been double red flag. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's double red flag. Thank you for the dolphin. Donna, come during the winter time frame. I think actually the surf's a little bit calmer today than it was yesterday. I was here last night doing a sunset live, and I feel like the water was a little bit more angry. Oh, so you're a neighbor. Cool. Good morning. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Slingshot, there is some here and there along the beach, but not bad at all. Navarre is more of a small town vibe. So like if you want to actually go do something, shopping, etc. and so on, you'd either go to Destin or Pensacola. Oh yeah, it's still angry. Yeah, it was super cloudy, and it's toasty now. You need to see what the water looks like calm. You need to go to my page and look at the water when it's completely calm. It's amazing. Oh yeah, it gets to be like, it looks like a bathtub. It's completely still. You're gonna be here next month? Awesome. No, we don't get constant waves here. This is actually really wavy for the Gulf. Atlantic is usually wavy. You're in the Pace area? Okay. There's a black skimmer. See him skimming the water with his beak? Those are the coolest shorebirds. I love them so much. Yeah, definitely look around my page. You'll see a bunch of beautiful water and how crystal clear it can get. Yes, like the Bahama clear, like the Caribbean clear, like you can see all the way down kind of clear. All right, I got 10 minutes, you guys, and then I gotta leave. You're welcome. Thanks for the gifts. Oh, I bet you that's pretty fun. probably should have put my sunblock on, guys. Like, that is a bad mistake. Oh, there's somebody out there surfing. I will most likely be live tomorrow morning for sunrise. Depending on the weather, of course. I have to jump around with the weather, but if not, maybe sunset. We'll see. Oh, you mean the pier kids? The ones that were destroying people's tackle boxes and insulin medication and pushing little kids over and cussing up a storm? Those kids? The kids that are supposedly telling other kids to cut people's lines so that they can get the fish and not the other person? Those kids? Are those the teenagers you're talking about, Mr. User Anonymous? Just wondering. Yes, let's let teenagers push little kids over in the name of fishing. Let's let them destroy people's property and equipment in the name of fishing. Don't say anything unless you know what's going on. Listen, at least my face is attached to my TikTok. You're a coward enough. You can't even face me with a face on your TikTok, dude. I'm just spitting facts here. That's all I'm doing. At least one of the mothers knows how to discipline their child. At least I show my face. You're a little, probably one of the teenagers that likes to push kids over and is upset now that people are actually investigating the situation. Are you one of those little pier rats that run around pushing over people and ruining people's property and actually taking away from the respectable fishermen? Are you one of those people? Just wondering, just waiting. I'm so sorry that I believe that we should respect other people and not shove little kids over. Thank you. I will enjoy my day. You enjoy being a troll. Absolutely, Donna. Thank you for the rose. Oh, awesome. Unfortunately, I have to leave like in 5 minutes, so soak up as much salt therapy as you can in 5 minutes. Good morning, Beverly. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Usually around 10 a.m. The lifeguards are on the beach. I saw them get out on the beach, but it's still double red flag. No, the sand, I think they said, is made out of quartz or something. But it's called the Emerald Coast. So the Emerald Coast has the white sand, and then you'll have the beautiful blue clear water. Thank you. I'm glad you love my page. I try to share as much salt therapy and happiness as possible. Yeah, Virginia Beach will probably look a lot different. You're on the way to Destin from Texas? Awesome. Before I end the live, if you are coming to the beach, there are nesting sea turtles. So if you can, if you're gonna go out at night, please get red light and versus the bright, normal flashlights, because the bright flashlights scare away our nesting sea turtles, and then they also confuse our hatchlings going out to the water. I have a pinned post that you can actually look. You can go to Amazon. There's places in Pensacola that sell red light. You'll probably be able to find it also in Destin. But just to keep our sea turtles safe and happy during nesting season, please use red light. You're coming in about 10 minutes. Awesome. Good morning. I actually have to leave in like 2 minutes. So if you guys want to follow now. All gift shops have red lights. Okay. Pensacola Beach, I do not think it's calmer. It could be. I'm only 25 minutes, I guess it would be up the coast from Pensacola. Goodbye. Have a good day. All right. I'm going to end the live, you guys. It was fun. I enjoyed the sunrise with everybody. I will see if I can get on tomorrow. Of course, weather is, permitting that. You'll be in Daytona, Florida on the 29th. Awesome. I hope you have a good time. Anyway, bye, you guys. I hope you guys have a great day.